Hi, I'm John Leslie. Kanban is an excellent method to handle recurring work with the same repeatable stages. The focus is on finishing and reducing work in progress by pulling work through the flow instead of pushing. When people at a particular stage are ready to take on new work, they pull from the previous stage. Kanban is about visualizing and optimizing the flow of value. This template includes a product backlog for the organization and prioritization of work. Product backlog items should be right-sized, meaning they are all relatively the same size, which ensures a stable flow through the included Kanban board. Feel free to change the stages of this Kanban board to meet your needs. Let me walk you through an example. So you can see here in this backlog, we've broken it down into characters and weapons, cars, environment props, and we have corresponding swim lanes over here on the Kanban board. So weapons are being dragged into this swim lane, characters into this swim lane. Let's take character agent 47, which we haven't started working on yet. Now to begin work, we'll enter this into the flow, into the first stage of that Kanban, which is sketch. And you can see here at every stage we have a card limit, also known as a WIP limit or work in progress limit. And WIP limits ensure that you never have too much work in progress at any one stage. Say, for example, we only have 4 artists on this particular team that can do sketches. It doesn't make any sense to have a WIP limit higher than 4. Otherwise, you'll overwhelm that team with too much work in progress, where things will move from a focus to starting things instead of finishing things. To change the WIP limit, it's as simple as coming here and setting the limit like so. Say if we brought this down to 3. If you were to ever exceed a WIP limit, it would look like this. Now continuing on with our Shadow Agent 42, once the sketch has been completed and illustration has capacity, which they do, they would pull sketch into illustration. And it's important to call out that back here in the backlog, if I scroll over to this Shadow Recon Art Asset Kanban Relations column, I'm able to track the status or the stage of each and every one of these assets directly from the backlog too. We can see that Shadow Agent 47 is currently in illustration. Once illustration is done and model and texture has capacity, it will be pulled in there. Once they're done, it can be pulled into review and eventually to done and in game. All the while being able to track the status of all your art assets in this particular example, also from the backlog. Now to help maintain and control the flow of value, there are metrics, flow-based metrics built into the Favreau Kanban boards. If I click this eye icon, I can turn on time on board and time on column, also known as cycle time and lead time. And here I'm able to see how long a card has been on the board in total, and also how long a card has been at any particular stage. So if something's been at a particular stage for too long, you probably have a bottleneck there or a problem, and you're able to identify and hopefully resolve the problem. Also built into each and every Favreau Kanban board to help you maintain and control, optimize the flow of value are charts and graphs, including a cumulative flow chart, which looks like this, where you're able to identify bottlenecks over time. Also built into each and every Kanban board is a control chart, which shows you things like average lead time, average cycle time, so on and so forth. And there you have it, a Kanban team template in Favreau.